In this video on Creo Parametric for absolute beginners, we are going to take a look at creating a brand new drawing in two different ways. Here I am in a session of Creo Parametric. For this one, it will be important to set your working directory to wherever the files are for these different tutorials. I'm going to choose Select Working Directory. And I am going to go to the C drive because I have the Creo Absolute Beginners files there. And then I will click the OK button. So let's start out by opening up an assembly that we're going to make the drawings of. I will click on the Open icon, and I'm just going to open up the very first model in the folder. It is an assembly. And so it has retrieved my planes, and I think my coordinate systems are visible. Let's turn off any datums we don't want to see just to unclutter the screen, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit. For the first method for creating a brand new drawing, I will click on the new icon in the quick access toolbar. You can also use the keyboard shortcut Control N. And when I do that, we have the new dialog box. I'm going to change the type radio button from part to drawing. And then here we have a file name. You can choose the box down at the bottom to use the drawing model file name instead. You'll notice that that ends up going away. And here's an option that is checked to use a default template. I will leave that one checked as well. I will click the OK button. And then here we have the new drawing dialog box. Here we have the default model, which is the one that I currently have open. We have it set to use a template. And here is a template from PTC's templates in the load point for Creo Parametric. I will leave it set to a C drawing. That's fine. And then click the OK button. And here we have the drawing started out. Right now, there are a whole bunch of extra things visible. If you go over to your drawing tree, there's an icon for accessing the layer tree. If you don't have this drawing tree, no problem. You can also go to the View tab, and there's an icon for the layer tree as well. But I'm going to click on the layer tree. There are a bunch of layers in this drawing. I'm going to select the top level for layers and then right mouse click and choose hide. Everything gets hidden. The screen should have repainted. If it didn't, you can use the little repaint icon in your quick access toolbar or the keyboard shortcut Control R. And just make sure that the drawing gets saved that way. I'm going to right mouse click and hold and choose Save Status. One of the biggest mistakes that people make when they change layers is they forget to save status. Then the next time that they retrieve a drawing, they wonder, hey, how come my visibility changes weren't updated? But anyhow, let's close the layer tree. And there are a couple changes that I want to make to these views that automatically came up from our template. I will select one view, hold down the Control key, and select the other two views. And then from the mini toolbar, let's choose the Properties icon. This opens up the Drawing View Properties dialog box. All the categories should be grayed out. Let's change the display style from hidden to no hidden line. I think that will look a whole lot better for an assembly. And then you can click the OK button out of the Drawing View dialog box. And these views are a little small. Let's change the scale. If you go down to the drawing scale in the lower left-hand corner of the graphics area, you can double click on it. Then we have an information window. Let's bump the scale up to 0.5. And based on this drawing template from PTC's default templates that they provide you, it automatically populated the drawing with 3 different views, but there's no format. You don't see any of the graphics around the sheet border for the different zones or anything. So let's add a different format to this drawing. If you go down to the bottom of the screen, we have our tabs for the different sheets. Right click on sheet 1 and then choose setup. Be aware that you can also access the command by going to the layout tab, and we have a sheet setup command here. But again, let's go back down to the tab, right mouse click and choose setup. Here in the dialog box, it will list the format that it's using. Click on that name. Click where it says C size, and then there's a drop down list, and here we can choose browse. And in the dialog box that comes up, I want you to select working directory. That's why we selected working directory at the beginning of this tutorial. And so in the set of files for these tutorials, there are a couple of different drawing formats. One is called cpdsassembly.frm. FRM is short for format. And this is an assembly, so we will use this format. You can select it and then click the open button. And then in the sheet setup dialog box, we can click the OK button once more. The information window is going to open up for some of the different fields that we want to populate on the drawings. You can hit enter for all these different values, or you can enter some different values as well. I'm going to call this shaft assembly. Enter in whatever name that you want, then hit the enter key. Now for the revision, let's see, for the revision, let's call this, I don't know, revision A. And for the iteration, I'll call this iteration 1. Then for the lifecycle state, I'll call this release. You could call it prototype or manufacturing, whatever you want. And modified on, I'm not going to bother entering in any of the other information, or if you want to enter in your name, you can do that for modified by. But anyhow, now we have a border around the sheet. Some of the information was populated in the different cells in the table. So for example, let me zoom in over here. Here is the description that I gave it. And we do have a bit of an issue where our table for our bill of materials is on top of one of our drawing views. So we need to move some of the different views around. In the upper left hand corner, you might have a box selected called Lock View Movement. I'm going to turn that off so the views aren't locked. And then we can click on a view and then drag it over, and I'm going to see how far I need to drag stuff over just so I don't have the drawing views on top of the table. But anyhow, this is good for the first drawing. Let's create another drawing. We're just going to use a format. We're not going to use a template like we did in the first example. So once again, I will click on the new icon in the upper left-hand corner. You can also use Control N. And then in the new dialog box, we'll change once again to drawing. And then for the drawing, I'm going to leave the same name because I can't use the name of the model this time. And I'm also going to uncheck use default template. So this is good. Both boxes are unchecked. Let's click the OK button. And then for the template, specify template, change to empty with format. We're not going to use a template. We're not going to create it as empty. And then for the format, I want you to click the Browse button. And once again, we're going to go to the working directory where the different files are. And we can double click on the format for assemblies. And then click the OK button. If you have an open representation dialog box that opens, leave it set to master rep and then click open once more. For the sheet of the format that you want to use, you do want to use sheet 1, so you can hit the check mark. And once again, we're prompted to enter in text. You can enter in text for the description if you want, and for the revision and the iteration and lifecycle state and modified on and modified by. I just hit enter to bypass all of that. And so now that we have our drawing started out, let's throw on a drawing view. In the Layout tab, there is a command for creating a general view. Click on it. And if you get the Select Combined State dialog box, use No Combined State and then click the OK button. And then for the center point for the drawing view, pick a little bit above and to the left of the table. And for our drawing view, let's change to the View Display category. Let's change the display style from No Hidden to Shading with Edges. And let's see, another thing to change. Let's go to the scale, or actually, let's click the Apply button first so we can see what it will look like. That's good. Now let's go to the scale category. We'll change to a custom scale. And for the custom scale, let's use 0.625. Let's use 5/8 since we're leaving this as sort of like an ISO view. And this is good. Let's click the Apply button. You can see how it's bigger. And now let's click the OK button. Once again, we have some different things showing up in this drawing view that we don't want. So we will go to the layer tree, and then you can right click on the top line in the layer tree and then choose Hide. And then you can right mouse click over the layer tree and save status, and then close the layer tree. Oh yeah, by the way, I have the layer tree opening up in its own free floating window. Your layer tree might open up as part of your navigator, as part of your model tree. But anyhow, let me close the layer tree. And so here we have our drawing view. If you want to move the scale, you can click on it and then just drag it a little bit out of the way. And feel free to reposition the drawing view as well. But there you have it. We created a couple of drawings using a couple of different methods. First, we used a template, then we used a format, and we also threw a drawing view onto the drawing that was created with just a format. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you come back for more.